Hey, what's going on? My name is Matthew Wilson. I am the founder, hiring manager of Life Matters. We are an insurance company, and you're here because you're applying for, or interested in, or curious about potential career or side hustle as a life insurance agent. So, I've got some information that I want to have you go through before we hop on an interview call. So, with that, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and Um, walk you through a little bit about what this is all about. Okay, hopefully you can see that. So the reason why it's potentially a new career is because a lot of people start out as a side hustle. So this business is very flexible. You can start out part-time, you can grow it to full-time. And a lot of people are attracted to that aspect of it. But we are talking about life insurance. It's a work from home. That may or may not mean virtual. Sometimes we run appointments in person. Sometimes we're in our homes at our computers running our appointments virtually. There are agents that do 100% virtual. We can talk more about that later, but that's what it looks like for right now. Anyways, we are powered by a head company, a parent company called Equus Financial. Um, Few things to know about this whole position. First of all, we are independent agents. There are two major business models in life insurance. One is a captive agent that works at a company as an employee, and the second is an independent agent, just like this. So we are CEOs, we're business owners. That's what this is about. If that doesn't appeal to you, good for you to know this up front. This is not a W-2 job with office hours and a cubicle and a boss and a manager and requirements for time off. This is you working from home as a business owner. You have all the tools and support and help that you need, but we are looking for people who want to start up a business. We are part of Equus, like I mentioned, fastest growing IMO in the industry, $4 million a month, been around since 2015. Our business model is a national business model. In fact, we work with the largest insurance carriers in the world. Now, all we do really is we distribute products, insurance products. They're just contracts from these guys right here that you're seeing on the screen to red-blooded, middle-class, hardworking Americans. That's all we do. When I meet with someone, I am doing an intake. I find out a little bit more about their information, about their situation, and I pair them up with the plan and the carrier that works best, run some prices. About half the time, they want to move forward to try and see if they can get coverage. As soon as it gets issued, I get a commission and they pay me directly. So these are the people that write my paycheck. I don't work for any of them as an employee. It's a 1099 contractor position. Equus is the company that helps facilitate all of that. Here's what we're going to go over really quick. I'm going to talk fast. I'm not going to go over 100% in detail, but you'll have a really good idea by the end of this short video. And you'll probably have some questions, and that's okay. If you do, the idea is get through this. If this hasn't answered all your questions and you want to proceed with an interview, then we answer the rest of your questions at that time. So our market, our products, our lead system, our compensation, and ultimately who we're looking for. All right, but first, before I jump into that, let's talk about our leadership. Bill Martin, Barry Clarkson, and Rob Jones. You'll never meet three better leaders. I've met them. I know them. All these gentlemen have careers in life insurance, very successful careers. And they put together Equus, the agents company. All the things they didn't like in their careers or they wanted to fix or they wanted to make a little better, they brought it here. So we have a fantastic business model, an amazing compensation, but it's not for everyone. And I'll tell you who it is for in a minute. But first of all, our market, everybody's getting older. We know this. There's the silver tsunami. Look at those charts. And as people age, they're concerned about their mortality, right? We're in the financial services industry. It's $1 trillion industry, one of the few. It's amazingly big. There is so much room for a lot of folks who want to help out. 12,000 people a day turning 50, 10,000 a day turning 65. And like I said, middle income America. That's our sweet spot. 40% of whom don't have any life insurance coverage. Imagine the market size, right? There is unlimited potential in the world of life insurance. That's one of the things that people like about it. So here's our products: term life insurance, final expense or whole life, tax-free retirement. We do retirement plans. annuities and index universal life. And then, of course, living benefits, huge. Let me talk about that for a second. Living benefits are a way that you can access money from your life insurance policy if you don't die. So let's say an average person makes about $3,600 a month, okay, income, and they get cancer. They have a stroke. They have a heart attack. Look at the costs. So they can actually file a claim against their own life insurance policy and get money from that if they have an incident like this. And this is just 3 examples, but there's many, many more. Chronic, critical, and terminal illness. Anyways, what I'm saying is we provide a tremendous amount of value because this is life insurance that can pay if you die or if you don't die. So that's our product. That's our bread and butter. Our lead system is very, very critical. So when somebody comes on board, if you become a life insurance agent, you have to always get in front of new people. And some agents come with a big book of business. They have a network. They have friends and family. They're good at meeting people. They're good at networking, et cetera, et cetera. That wasn't me, but a lot of agents, do that. Well, if you can generate your own leads, fantastic. But if you can't, you may want to tap into our lead system because we happen to have that already in place. It's the #1 challenge in our industry. Nobody likes to make cold calls, right? You're thinking probably traditional life insurance, going door to door or making cold calls, wearing a white shirt and tie with those pens sticking up like calculators, whatever. That is not life insurance anymore. That may have been your grandpa's life insurance business model, but it is not life insurance today. Today's life insurance agents, we work very quickly. We work remotely. You can see how I'm dressed. We just have very, heart-to-heart conversations with people about mortality and cancer and heart attack, potentially the worst day of their life. And we write a policy to help them. That's it. So here's how our leads are generated. We send mailers out. We also do it online. We have multiple sources of leads. This is one. And then the leads come in. We put them into a database. And then as agents, we are able to tap in and purchase those leads. And they range anywhere from 50 cents to $62, depending on where you are, what type of lead cost, how far along you are in our program, and what type of lead you get. So there's a lot of factors, and I'm not going to go into that right now, but just know leads are available if you want them. They cost money and they fuel your business. These are very qualified leads, or you're welcome to generate your own and use your own leads. So our dashboard, though, once you come on board as an agent, you get a dashboard. So you actually have the ability to go in and look and see the health of your business at any time, a snapshot of your week and your month. And if you scroll down, you can see how everyone else is doing. So it's a very transparent business model. You can see all the top leaders across the country, how much money they're writing this week or this month. So our dashboard and our agent dashboard has access to all kinds of things. You can see on the left here, all the training links and the login tools for leads, business management, hierarchy. Anyways, just know that there is they put a lot of money into a state-of-the-art website so that you can have access to all the tools you need to be successful. All right, so what does it look like a day in the life of an agent? Well, you make calls and set appointments. You run the appointment in person or virtual, and then you work with the carrier to get the policy issued. Okay, that's called pending. All your pending business that's sitting there, you work with the carriers and rinse and repeat, just like when you're washing your hair, right? It's what it says on the shampoo bottle, rinse and repeat. How often you want to do this? You can do it 5 times a day or 10 times a day. You can do it 2 or 3 times a day. Like I said, it's scalable. So when you're first starting out, you could write a couple of policies a week, and average policy size is going to be about $500 of commission. So it'd be about $1,000 of income. If you got paid on 4 policies a week, that's a couple of grand a week in commission. It's about $8,000 a month. Most part-time agents are going to make around 3 or 4 grand a month. Most full-time agents, it's going to be more like 10, 15, 20 grand a month. There are agents making much, much more than that. My manager, making about 80,000 or so. There are agents that'll make much, much more than that, upwards of about the top agents, about 1.5 million last year. So I'll show you some more figures here, but that's not really the main reason. I mean, the compensation is important, but on our team, really, we're looking for people that really have a love for protecting people. That's got to be first and foremost. It just so happens we have a nice benefit of being very well compensated for our work. So here's a little bit more. Like I said, average compensation is about $500. So if you can do the math on how much, 5 applications a week is going to be about a $10,000 month of income and so forth. So you decide how much you want to scale that. We also offer, Equus gives us monthly bonuses. Renewal commissions come from the carriers. Override commissions also from the carriers. There are incentive trips. There's a builder's boost bonus for those that want to open up a storefront. How cool is that? And then an equity bonus. And let me show you what that means. So equity bonus is pretty cool. Right now, that equity bonus is about $12,000, $13,000 a month. And here's how you would earn that. That's a bonus. This is above and beyond all your commissions, all your income, overrides, all these other forms of income. This is above and beyond all that. So when you first start out, the starting percentage rate is 70% commission. From there, you can go all the way up to 95, 1 month at a time if you hit those numbers. So you can give yourself a 5% raise every single month for 6 months. How cool is that? I don't know where any job you can get that. After that, it takes 2 months to grow a 5% increase. You got 100, 105, all the way up to 120. Every 2 months, you can get a comp increase. At 120%, the next level you'll see up there is 122.5. That's when you reach a group volume. This is when you're building a team and you've got other agents of $300,000. Okay. It might take you a couple of years to get there, but once you get there, you start participating in an override bonus for the entire company. So imagine somebody out in New Jersey writes a policy, you get a piece of that. Somebody down in California writes a policy on their neighbor, you get a piece of that. So you're literally overriding the entire Equus organization, hundreds and hundreds of agents nationwide. You saw the leaderboard a little bit earlier. Okay. So if you want to participate in a profit sharing program like that, you just need to reach that level. If you reach 2 levels, you double that. So that's about $24,000 a month. And if you reach 3 levels, it triples and it goes up from there. So there are better and better incentives and bonuses as you go along the scale, but just know that sky's the limit, literally, on how much money you can make. Okay, compensation samples. You've got last year, this was Jared Ewing, 1.5 million. He was our top income earner. Deanna Carter, 2020, she made a little over 500,000. I'm guessing she'll probably do 6 or 7 at least this year. She used to be an officer and she made about 50,000 a year before she came over. Connor Jones was a student in high school, in college when he started, and he was making about 100,000 his first year as a college student. Last year, he made 369. He's like 22 years old right now. So anyways, all walks of life, all ages, all backgrounds. I used to be a creative director. I was never in sales. I was never in insurance. I did not do any of this, but people told me what to do. My team here coached me through everything. All the sales tools made it possible for me within 6 months of doing this part-time to leave a career of 15 years as a creative director and go out on my own successfully. And we've been doing it ever since. So I see because my wife, Lindy, is also licensed. You'll probably get to see her or meet her at some point. So over 80 agents last year made about 100,000, over 100,000, and over 26 agents earned over 200,000 at our company. So it's not just one of those things where a few people make a lot of money at the top and we just tout their stories. There's a lot of people doing very, very well. And then below 100,000, there's a lot of people making 50 to 100,000, which is a really good, comfortable income for a lot of people. So it is a very exciting career, but it does come with its challenges. So let me get into that a little bit. Our part, here's what we're going to provide: leadership, training, products, and tools, really everything that you need to succeed. Okay. Your part, you have to bring the attitude, you have to bring the leads, you have to bring the activity. Okay. So let me back up. Hold on. You don't have to bring the leads, but it's good if you've got friends and family or a book of business, but you do need to be responsible for either going out and networking and doing your own leads or participating in our lead program. Again, let me reiterate, we have a lead program all over the country that provides leads, that generates leads for agents everywhere. They cost, but you can participate. So we set up with our new agents a lead strategy. starting out by talking to friends and family, people that you know, people on your networks, writing some policies, making some money off of that, putting money back into more leads, and getting it so that it's now just becomes a machine, so that you always have new people coming into your inbox of leads every single week of people that you can talk to that have asked for life insurance quotes. So these are quality leads. So your part is kind of figure out the leads thing. We do it with you. You have to bring the activity though. I'm serious. Like, we need you to be doing what we teach in order for this to work, because it's a business and because you are the CEO of your business. You can't really be fired. But at the same time, if you don't do anything, you're not going to get paid. It's 100% commission. So we just ask that you commit to your business. We will match your commitment 100%, but we're not going to be dragging people along if you don't want to be, moving along. So we need you to back up your commitment with activity. This is what it's like getting started. This is a license to write business right there. That little bad boy can make you a lot of money. Okay, that's a license. That's mine through the state of Arizona. You start with a simple independent contractor agreement saying you're going to pay your own taxes. It's a 1099 relationship that gives you access to your back office and all the tools that I showed you earlier. Then we would enroll you in a study course for $40. Okay, this gets you started on learning about life insurance. This gives you everything you need to know about life insurance in order to pass your exam and get your license. Okay. Study course is all pre-recorded. You go at your own pace. So you can get in and get through it in a week. You can get in and get through it in a month. It's totally up to you. I always recommend go faster though, because the sooner you get your license, the sooner you can start writing policies and making money. The state exam, you process the state exam and paperwork. Once you've done that, that's another $140 or so. The whole thing is about $200 total. Contracting takes 5 to 7 days. Okay, that's next step. Once you are licensed, that relationship with all those different insurance carriers I showed you at the beginning, we start setting up those relationships. So you are authorized to write their products. So we have to do contracting with each of those places. It's a pretty simple process, but it'll take a week for those to get approved. And once you do get those approved, you're good to go. All right. So from there, we start working together. And what do? We get some leads, or we talk to some of your friends. We make calls, we schedule appointments, and we rinse and repeat. So are you a good fit? Now's the time for, I guess, a little bit of a heart-to-heart. So is this easy? I'm probably going to say no. For most of us, it's not the easiest thing in the world. Okay, this is business. So I'm just being upfront with you right now. This is not a get-rich-quick thing. This is not something that just falls into your lap. There is no shortcut. Okay, we're talking about a large amount of financial success and really the opportunity for you to build an insurance empire. You can grow this as big as you want. You can hire a lot of agents. You can hire across the country. You can do virtual sales across the country. There is literally no limit. So something like that, if it comes easy, or if anyone promises you the world, you ought to raise a red flag. We're here telling you that it's going to be tough. You're going to have to make some sacrifices. You're going to have to work hard. You're going to have to make phone calls. You're going to get rejected sometimes. I mean, there's going to be some tough things you have to go through. So if you don't like that, or if that intimidates you or scares you, well, one of two things: either you rise to the challenge, because that's where success lies, is on the other side of those fears, or you go back to where you are. Maybe this isn't the right fit for you, and that's okay. It's not for everyone. But if you are one of those people that just hasn't really had a shot in life yet, maybe you've been held back, maybe you're at a job, maybe you're number 2 at a company and you just can't seem to get ahead anymore. Maybe you're burned out. Maybe, you're tired of working for somebody else, and you want to have the reins in your hands. You want to have control of your life. I don't know. That's what it was for me. I don't know what it is for you, but life insurance is simply a vehicle for you to go out and have a very successful career. And it's happened all across the country. You can see a lot of examples here. I can introduce you to dozens and dozens of people that I know personally that have a very successful career as life insurance agents, including myself. I'm full-time. I live here in Queen Creek. I run business all over inside the state of Arizona and multiple other states as we're expanding. We have agents that we're training all across the country. So if you're remote, that's fine. If you're local, that's fine. but I am looking for people that have that CEO, business owner mentality, that desire to step out and do something big with their life, something different. And we're simply going to use life insurance as a vehicle to do that. So you're probably either ready to roll, you have some questions, or this just isn't what you're looking for. I'm fine with it anyway, whatever it is. Obviously, whatever you are, whichever one you are, it's fine. But if you are ready to roll or have some questions, we need to get on the phone because I have some questions as well. So as we're interviewing, I want to make sure you would be a good fit for us. If you haven't scheduled yet, go ahead and schedule the interview and get on my calendar, and let's you and I spend about 10 or 15 minutes on the phone. It's not any kind of a sales call of any kind. There's no pitch or anything like that. It's just getting to know each other and seeing if there really truly is a good fit. The last thing I want is to bring new agents in to our organization that are not a good fit for this. And so if this is you and you would like to proceed with that interview, this is the way that you do it. You can text or call that number right there. And that will get you in touch with me or my assistant, and we'll go through the interview process and just make sure. And if it's a good fit, we will be working together. So you're going to hear from me. And I've coached a lot of agents successfully, and I look forward to potentially coaching you if it makes sense. So anyways, thank you for listening. I hope this gives you a really good feel for what you were considering or applying for. And if it feels like it might be a good fit for you, I look forward to talking to you soon so that we can find out. Have a wonderful day. And remember, your life matters. Take care.